Good morning, everybody. It's Victoria from Crafty Capers Rubber Stamps in Nanaimo and craftycapers.com. I'm just trying to get myself organized. Today is another exciting edition of Journal June, and I want to be able to watch myself on my laptop, so I need to do that. So just chat amongst yourselves while I get that set up. I just want to give a few quick announcements before I get started. First off, thank you to everybody who came to the Crafty Capers demo, who came to Linda's class last Friday. Thank you to everybody who came in on Saturday, even though nothing was going on. And thank you to everybody who came to our garage sale, whether as a vendor or as a buyer, or maybe as both. You know, I know there were a few people, myself included, who were both vendor and buyer. So I hope you got some great deals. If you were a seller, hope you sold lots. And thank you so much for watching. So my laptop, hang on, is up and running. There we go. For some reason, everything is a little cockeyed today, but I'm not quite sure why. Oh well, we'll figure it out. So good morning, everyone. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. And okay, so today is Journal June, another day of Journal June. This is day 3. I can count, so that's always good. And I'm working on a journal page. Well, this is kind of an insert. I'm going to glue this into my journal, and I've already pre-sprayed it just to make things a little quicker with, so it started out as a piece of ephemera, did have the lines on it from 49 Market. I don't know what collection it came from, but I started with that piece there. And then before the video started, I sprayed it with Distress Oxide Spray Evergreen Bough, and that's what happened. I dried it with my heat gun, and the splatters just came out naturally. It's kind of, in my opinion, kind of perfect for a journal page. I thought I would add a little bit of texture. I did not pre-do this, so we're going to be, you know, kind of going on the fly here. I have this stencil, but I don't know what it's called. I don't seem to have the packaging anymore. It's kind of a brick, but not really a brick. So I have this stencil, and I thought I can't decide if I should do paste or if I should do, I'm going to just do ink, I think. I was going to use beach grass, but I don't feel like living dangerously because this will take a bit to dry. You know what? I am going to live dangerously. What the heck? You only live once. So I'm going to use Crafters Workshop Beach Grass Stencil Butter, and it's newish, not fully new, but it is newish. I'm just going to scoop a little bit out of there. This, something I'm going to point out, was opened almost a year ago, and it's still nice and creamy and delicious. But well, don't eat it actually, but you know what I mean. It is still nice and creamy and soft. It's one of the things I really like about, kind of looks like a lizard skin. It's one of the things I really like about the Stencil Butters. They seem to last a really long time. I do not put, what is it, press and seal on my jars. I probably should, but I don't. Okay, so we're done here. I'm gonna throw this into my bucket of water. Thank you very much, Liz. Peel that off. So now I have that. And I'm gonna move this out of the way because I have paste on my mat. And I'm also gonna put the lid on my stencil butter. To me, it kind of looks like crocodile skin. I don't think it's supposed to, but it is what it is. I'm going to grab my baby wipe because I'm going to clean this up a bit. I like to live dangerously, but not too dangerously. So just wiping this up. I'm working on a Ranger nonstick craft sheet. Forgot my media mat that I used last week from home. But there we are. So this will be wet for a couple of hours. So we might get some fun and games. But what I am going to do is I'm going to heat set this. Well, try to. Stencil butter, as I say, takes a few hours, but at least I'm going to get a skin on it. So if I stick my elbow in it, it likely will not make a mess. No offense. Or no, no promises. So you're going to hear the heat tool for a minute while I cook. I'm going to show you a fun technique that you can do with stencil butters. You can do something called bubble your butter. And I'm going to hold this up so you can see it, hopefully. And I'm going to heat it. And if you overheat your stencil butter, it will bubble. So I'm going to do that. Let me just grab it here. It gives a little extra texture. It's not something I do a lot, but hey. So hopefully I'm in camera. Just waiting for my camera to catch up. There we go. But there is bubbled butter. So that's kind of a fun, it does kind of poof down a bit, but some bubbles will stay. Anyway, hopefully that now has a good skin on it. I'm going to edge my, sorry, I'm thinking as I go. I'm going to edge my page now with original peeled paint distress ink. And I'm using a blending brush. Just to kind of give it a bit of something, something. I'm going to avoid the stencil butter area because it might make a heck of a mess on my brush. We don't want that. I don't want that. These are my Hero Arts brushes and they're my favorite. If this was dry, I could totally go over it with my brush, but I don't trust it. I don't think it is dry. It sort of is, but not fully. Okay, so I've just done my edging. There we are. I'm going to next, I have this Tim Holtz, I don't even know if I've used this, faded type stamp set. Yeah, it looks pretty much brand new, and it's from 2020. So, yeah, we're going to break it out, and we're going to do a bit of stamping with the acorn ink. I'm going to do some numbers because come here, because I can. Let's take it out of the packaging instead of trying to be so careful, and I changed my mind. I'm going to use this kind of old English type. That's my stamp. Not going to use an acrylic block mostly because I forgot to bring one or forgot to get one. So, but no big deal. I'm going to do first and second generation stamping. So you get first generation's darker, second generation is lighter. Probably should ink the other side. Okay, so that's my stamping done. Just set that aside to clean later. I am going to clean my mat though, so that I don't get my hands all mucky. So thanks everybody for watching. I don't know if I'm missing comments or no one's commenting, but thank you for watching. And again, if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat. Darlene's watching. I'm watching while trying to make my page. Okay, so now we've got sprayed background, some stencil butter on here with a stencil. I've stamped a little bit, and I'm liking how it's looking. But I am going to, I didn't bring something that, we'll figure it out. We're going to put some rub-ons on here. And I always like, again, these are from 49 and Market. I always like to cut out my rub-ons, like the part I want to do. Can't believe. Usually you get one of those little popsicle stick things. And I cannot believe I don't have one with me. And just stick those down there for now. We'll use the end of my pen. One thing with rub-ons and inked backgrounds is if your inked background is at all wet, rub-ons will not stick. So that's something I learned when I was working on a project. So make sure, we'll see if mine is dry. I have heat set it. Oops. Nope. So if your inked background is not dry, these will not stick. Also makes them hard to, there we go. So mine is dry with all that heat tooling. So there we go. There's a tiny piece there. I'll just get that out. I'll just put that in the garbage. So my thought is I'm going to use this as my focal point. So I'm just going to carefully lay this down and just see. I think I'm going to put some rub-ons in the middle here. Maybe this rub-on. So these rub-ons are again from 49 and Market. They are generally super easy to use, provided your inked background is dry. I do prefer a popsicle stick to a pen for applying them, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Use what you got. Okay, I'm happy. I think I'm happy with that. We may add some more in a bit. Hard to say what's going to happen exactly. I'm going to add some foam squares to my window. I should have pre-added them just to speed things up a bit. So I have a question for people. Are you a tidy crafter or a messy crafter? Pop your answer in the chat. I'm curious. I'm a kind of a tidy crafter. Although I don't put things away after I finish using them. Okay, so I'm going to pop this down just like so, carefully, because again, I think that stencil butter might still be wet. I don't want to mush it. You can still see here that the butter, stencil butter bubbles are still happening, which makes me happy. So I have a few ephemera pieces that I grabbed. I do have more I could use. I thought these would work well. We'll see. I may have lost some along the way. I found a few on my living room floor last night. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is too long. I'm going to tuck this. I'm going to snip this because it's been too long. I'm going to tuck it into the frame, and I think I'm going to pop these round leaves, but glue that, I guess it's a seed pod, onto the frame so it doesn't get caught and get ripped or crumpled or whatever it is. Laura's a clean crafter. Liz is tidy-ish. Laverne, you're messy? I wouldn't have guessed you were messy. But what do I know? Nothing. Oops. Do you know that that foam tape is sticking, or foam dots are sticking to my fingers? Oh, see, I got ink on my hands, and Kelly, and it's making me anxious. I don't like messy. I don't like to have dirty hands. Although I will mix meatloaf with my hands, but then I'm like washing them obsessively after. Yeah, so that one definitely needs a dot of glue, and I'll put some glue on that one. Why not? I'm going to tuck the end of this under my, oops, get in there. We're going to try to tuck the end of this. Get in there. It does not want to get in there, but it's going to be. Just give it a press. So again, I'm using old 49 Market ephemera. I grabbed this iris. I know irises, in my yard at least, are blooming. Well, they've actually finished. Were blooming a little bit ago. That's a shame. I covered up that little, if I can pull it up. Yes, it can be pulled up. So I'm going to pop this one in. I think I'm just going to glue it. No popping. And I'm going to have that seed pod kind of sticking onto it, because I like it. I'm going to keep these two pieces because I like to use stuff like that. In fact, I think I will use this bit right now. I'm going to just tuck that in there. And have it kind of hanging over the frame. And then seems a shame to waste this one, so I'm gonna there. I'm gonna pop that one down there. Again, with glue, not popping. No popping. Not right now, anyway. And I think part of the key to this is just don't think about it. Just let it go, which is hard for me, I will admit. So we've got that going on. I'm going to add this butterfly right there, and I think I will pop him. I'm liking how things are going. And I'm just going to double check what's, yeah, probably let's use two little pop dots near his body so the rest can kind of be hanging off. And he's going right there. Ta-da! And then I think to balance this butterfly, I'm going to put a little cluster of something, something here. And I think the something, something, I do a lot of snipping of ephemera. I'm just going to use two leaves down here. I'm going to pop here, glue here. I can't do much more popping because I'm out of foam tape or foam dots. Glue. Oh yeah, did it back. Oh no, I didn't. I was gonna say, oh yeah, I did it backwards, but no, I did not. There we go. I've got a couple of little tickets. I'm gonna pop them together, I think. Kind of offset. I'll let them sit for a minute. And I have a little butterfly. I'm not quite sure where he's going to go. But these are going to be, so this one is going to be glued. This one's going to have a, one of my few pop dots left. Lucky for me, I know a place you can buy more pop dots. There we go. I think I'll just put my butterfly there. I do have a sentiment. Maybe I won't put that there. Yeah, I'm going to put my sentiment there. I'm just going to glue it. If anybody has any other suggestions for, you know, some sort of themed month, themed week, let us know. And we will do our best to accommodate you. I'm putting my butterfly over there. You never quite know what's going to happen. I had a vague plan. Linda and I kind of worked on it last night together while watching Outlander. And I got to use this. It's the law. I think I'm going to pop. What am I doing? I think I'll pop it. Maybe I'm not going to use it. Ooh, or maybe I'll tuck it in there. Thank you, Kathy. I think I'm going to add another couple of rub-ons. And then I'm done. So it's very relaxing. Hard to stop sometimes because I'm adding rub-ons, you'll notice. This seems naked to me. Nobody likes naked. So I challenge everybody to try and do, even if you don't have a journal, maybe you have some ephemera or some, 12 by 12 paper you can cut down. I challenge you to try and make a mixed media, junk journal, art journal kind of project this week. There we go. So I'm going to hold this up nice and close because I know I had people asking last week what my last week project was. These videos, just so you know, are all going on our YouTube channel. So they will be, I'm presuming, up for eternity. So if you suddenly remember in November or something that you wanted to try some things or we were doing something really cool, then go make sure you can still check it out on Crafty Capers YouTube channel. It will be helpful if you liked the YouTube channel. Kristen, I'm kind of a clean girl too. I'm not a dirty girl, but once you get started, and even if you just copy somebody's layout, or I guess these are layouts, And even if you don't have say you're copying mine and you don't have the exact same stuff, just find a different stencil or find a different flower or a different but. I'm sure everybody has a million butterflies. Just look at what you've got. Pull out 10 things, 10 of your ephemeras that are sitting around, and try and use them. Try and put them together, because unfortunately, paper crafting supplies don't get better with age. You're not going to get, no one's going to be like, well, very rarely is someone going to be like, oh my God, you have that 49 and Market rub-on? I'm going to pay you $50. That occasionally happens, but not very often. So you might as well use it up. So there we go. That's going in my journal right here. It will go right there. I'll probably wait a bit to make sure that the stencil butter is dry, but there it is. It's going in there. This is last week's page. If you come into the store, I will have this journal at the store for a few days, but then it has to go home because I have to practice for next week. And it looks like I'm going to be doing Tuesdays, just because it seems like that's working the best for my life right now. And yeah, so thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a great day. I think it needs something right here, and I'll figure out what to put there. But have a great day, and make sure you just give this a try. Like, it is just paper. We all have at least 5,000 sheets of paper. If one gets ruined, it probably isn't the end of the world. And I know we all have half sheets of stickers, half packs of ephemera, half packs of rub-ons. Like, it's crazy. So we should try and use it up. So that is my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. And oh, and Darlene is up tomorrow. She started a layout. Well, I'm going to call them layouts. I don't know if it really is. She started a layout last week. She's going to finish it, and I don't know, maybe start another one so that she's, you know, always got something going on. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Have a crafty day. Bye, guys.